Whether you're curious about the autoimmune protocol, or maybe you're just following along on this meandering journey that I have had with infertility, I hope that you'll enjoy this information. Autoimmune Paleo is an adjustment of the paleo diet. You might be familiar with Whole30, which is a 30-day program that removes alcohol, sugar, dairy, grains, and legumes from your diet. So basically all processed foods. Whole30, you remove those things for 30 days, and then you bring them back in after 10 days. Well, paleo removes the same thing from your diet, but it's a longer approach where you would keep those things removed for a longer amount of time. Autoimmune paleo, however, is an even more restricted version of paleo, where they remove foods that have been identified as triggers and inflammatory for people who are developing autoimmune diseases. In an autoimmune disease, the immune system starts attacking your own body, organs, and different parts, and it can lead to organ failure. So the autoimmune paleo diet is designed to help improve that. And I know with diets, everything can get kind of crazy, but Terry Walls is a great resource if you'd like to hear a little bit more of scientific backing for the autoimmune paleo diet. She's a medical doctor who was diagnosed with MS, and over time she lost her ability to walk, and she eventually tried to use natural methods in order to heal from her disease, and she's been able to fully recover. And so she's a great resource just for that. She's been on a lot of TV shows and stuff. I've linked one of those clips down beneath in the show notes, so feel free to check that out. I drug my feet a long time before I started my autoimmune paleo protocol, but I did it for 3 reasons. First of all, because my IFMCP had recommended it for me. Second of all, because we had blood work results that showed that I had my IgE antibodies super high. Thirdly, because I've just been on this long journey of trying to solve infertility, and we've bounced back and forth between the conventional medicine world and more natural remedies. So we wanted to give this a try. I also wanted to do it just because I have a couple nagging health symptoms that continue to persist, and it always seems kind of strange. I'm like 32, young, and overall super healthy. Like, I don't have any major complaints, but I have things like frequent headaches or frequent stomach aches, or I've even struggled with some joint pain. I've struggled with numbness in my fingertips, and that's been really concerning for me because I'm a violinist and pianist and guitarist, and I don't want to lose that. I don't want to have any neuropathy in my fingertips. So that was another reason that I was kind of curious what the autoimmune paleo diet might do for me in regards to those things. I mostly ate veggies on autoimmune paleo. I also ate a lot of meat and some fruits for sure. I craved bread items, so I tried a lot of different recipes that were autoimmune paleo friendly. Tiger nut flour ended up being a great option if I really wanted to have a good breaded item, but in general, I ultimately just ended up eating a lot of vegetables. Vegetables were my snack, vegetables were with my dinner, they were with every meal, they were with my breakfast. I used these 2 cookbooks as really great resources during my diet. I loved this one by Rachel Bryant, and then I also got this one towards the end, and it was a great option as well. So I will include both of those, as well as their Instagram handles in the show notes underneath. They just have a ton of resources and options. I loved their substitutions. I loved the way that they were creative with what they provided. The slow cooker chili was wonderful. I liked their cauliflower and salmon recipes. They had a really good chicken curry. There's just a lot to work with, and Rachel Bryant's pictures and everything are beautiful. There's also a wonderful podcast, the Autoimmune Wellness Podcast, and I use that a ton as well. If you get very far into researching autoimmune paleo, you'll definitely notice that there's the elimination phase at the beginning, and then they also have the reintroduction phase. And the reintroduction phase can be really helpful, especially if you're trying to find out anything that you're allergic to. When I did the autoimmune paleo diet, I ended up focusing on having such a long elimination phase. I was on the elimination phase for about 5 months. And we got blood work back that confirmed that I did not have any food allergies, which was bizarre, but true. And so I didn't focus as much on having a really slow and thorough reintroduction phase because it just wasn't what I needed to get out of the diet. But it's good to know that that is a part of it as well. When I started the autoimmune paleo protocol, I thought it was going to be 8 weeks and then I was going to be done. And I just didn't understand that I needed to have time to get blood work results back, and that I definitely didn't want to change anything until we had those results in hand. I think we did 2 rounds of blood work potentially. So I ended up being on it for about 5 months, which was not the original plan, but I sure enjoyed the health benefits the whole time that I was on it. I felt great on autoimmune paleo. I do not know if it took 2 weeks or about 3 weeks to see the results really consistently, but I did not have any headaches. I didn't have any stomach aches. Just these little nagging symptoms that I had kind of taken for granted was just a part of life on planet Earth, and that you just end up having a morning interrupted or an afternoon interrupted by something just being uncomfortable. That all went away. So that really surprised me. It was really gratifying. Another benefit that I really appreciated was emotional stability. If you get very far into eating healthy foods and people talking about stuff, people will always mention like, oh, my mental energy is better, I have better focus, I don't have as many emotional ups and downs. And even though I had done a couple different diets and protocols, I had never really associated that strongly or felt like that was true. But I was 6 weeks into the autoimmune paleo protocol, and I just realized how even keeled I had been. It was really nice. Would I do the autoimmune paleo diet again? I sure hope not. It is a ton of work. You can't eat out anywhere, and you can't really let people bring anything to you because it's just so intensive to explain what it is, unless you're really blessed to have another friend who is walking along a similar health pathway. That being said, ultimately, yes, I would totally do autoimmune paleo again, and if I did have to do it again, I would really look forward to how good I was going to feel while I was on it. It's definitely worth it, even though it's a lot of work, and the planning that you can do beforehand can really pay off if you do choose to take this pathway. So that's a quick summary of my journey with the autoimmune paleo protocol. I hope that was helpful. I would love to know in the comments below, have you ever tried any diets? Have you done Whole30? Have you tried any other options? What worked well for you? And are you ever thinking about trying the autoimmune paleo protocol? I hope you'll take a minute to like this video, subscribe to my channel, continue to follow along, and don't forget to check out the description below. I've included a lot of links and helpful resources, so maybe there's something that will come in handy for you. If you do end up going with either of these books, the Paleo Healing Cookbook has a lot of really good individual recipes and a couple of good ideas for parties, and the Healing Kitchen Cookbook has super thorough meal plan, so it'll map out 10 meals that you can do a week and when you eat leftovers and how many portions to make. Super thorough, and it also has a really big educational section at the beginning, just what is autoimmune paleo and how do you shop your grocery store for it, what are some other outside resources you can access. So both of those are just awesome assets to have. Health is such a journey with so many different steps along the way. I hope that your journey is